Hey, what is up everyone? Today we're gonna take a look at the Line 6 HX Effects pedalboard. So you might have seen my Helix LT videos over the last winter when I had one to try out from a friend for a couple of weeks. This kind of marked me with the Helix software and Helix, philosophy. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to buy one ever since because my car just kept eating my money away. So today we're gonna take a look at the HX Effects, which is basically a Helix without amp simulations, and it's quite a lot cheaper than an Helix LT. Today I want to find out if this is an upgrade for my rig or if I have to spend the money on an LT. Now this is quite a personal topic because I am currently looking to upgrade my rig because I started rehearsing again and I will potentially play gigs again probably next year. I don't have my Pod HD 500 anymore because I sold it a couple of months ago. Now all I have is my tube amp, my overdrive pedal, my noise gate pedal from Boss, my tuner, but nothing really solid to play gigs. I personally don't want to build a traditional pedal board with physical pedals and all that stuff. It's just too fiddly for me, and I think it's probably going to be too expensive. I thought rather than spending 850 euros on an Helix LT, I'd first try this out to see if it's not possible to use Marlene as my amp. Lately I've been messing around with it and recording with it at home, and I'm so happy with the sound, and I just wondered why not use Delaney as the center of my rig and add this to fine tweak the rig. This is interesting because you can use this with the 4 cable method. If you're not familiar with the 4 cable method, it allows you to run, let's say, overdrives that are in this in front of your amp into your preamp, and effects, let's say reverb, delay, modulation, into the effects loop of your amp. Plus this can switch your amp's channel, your tube amp's channel, via a foot switch on this thing, which is really cool. So what you're able to do is with one foot tap change your amp's channel, change your preset on this, and change all the effects simultaneously. And yeah, I mean, isn't that fascinating? You know, it's that one tap magic that you usually have with your floorboard modelers, which you can now combine with your real amp. I mean, of course, it's not something completely new, but I'm just saying that you can do this all with just this box, which I think is really cool. Now, before I'm going to show you the navigation and a couple of sounds, I want to ask what you think about this. Let's say you're on a big stage. You have your amp somewhere at the back. You have this in front of you because, I mean, you want to have everything in control right in front of you and not, run back. And remember, we're using the 4 cable method. So there are 3 cables running back and forth from the unit to the amp, plus the amp switching cable, which make 4 cables of, let's say, at least 6 meters that need to run over the stage back to your amp. Will this create a mess? Will this cause loss of tone quality because your signal is running through unbalanced jack cables like 18 meters? That's my biggest concern with this, because I've tried it on a rehearsal and it's absolutely fantastic to use. And it sounds so good. But the thing is, at home and on a rehearsal, I'm very, very close to the amp. Probably gonna be different in a live situation. So yeah, I'm still figuring out for myself if it's worth it to spend 400 euros more on an LT. Be able to just put the LT in front of me on a big stage, run front of house into the PA, and have my monitoring just in front of me, and I don't need to worry about any cable that is going back or just, making a mess. Yeah, that's kind of my personal dilemma right now. However, I think it's an interesting point to make, because why do people choose this and not an LT with amp simulations? That's my question as well. Yeah, I've been talking too much already. So let's sit down, let's route this the correct way with the 4 cable method. I'm going to show you how you navigate through this thing, because in my eyes, it's brilliant. And I'm going to show you, of course, a couple of sounds especially in a metal context. You know, I've seen the traditional guys demoing this, but I haven't really seen any metal demos of this. I haven't made many presets with this yet, so we're just gonna see on the fly what this can do. I'm going to use my Kiesel Vanquish. I'm going to use this with the 4-cable method with my Laney Ironheart 60 watts, and it's running through my home-built cabinet mic'd up with an SM57. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, so here we are with the HX effects. We're connected with the 4-cable method to the Laney Ironheart. Currently, I am on the clean channel with, as you can see, let's tap the mode switch. There's nothing on right now. That is our dry sound. Now, just as a side note, if you are using 4-cable method, you have to have a effects loop in your signal chain, which must be always engaged. We're going to talk about this later with our rhythm sound. All right. As you can see, we have a selection of effects already there. Now, I thought some compression would be nice. Now, if you want to edit this effect, these are touch buttons. They react to your finger. All you have to do is touch them and hold, and you will get to the deeper menu of that effect. Now you have these 3 rotary knobs to adjust these 3 parameters. If you want to adjust these 3, simply touch. I mean, it's brilliant. Nice. Let's hit home again. Chorus on. Delay. Reverb, sorry. Now, if you touch it once, you see the first 3 parameters, and you can also scroll by using this arrow. You can scroll through all the different parameters. Let's choose a different delay. Reverb, sorry, man. They added some new ones. This one, for example. Now you can engage the trails, so it will ring out. Nice. Now, delay. Now, I am currently running only mono effects. I don't know, stereo would just make no sense because I'm using a real amp and it's mono. So, just as a side note. Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless. There are so many effects that you can choose from. Just by the way, if you wanna exit this, press this button and then left, and there is your selection of stuff. Let's say, well, let's put a distortion somewhere. Let's use a stupor. I really like that one. Just playing some random shit, sorry. Let's see where this is in our signal flow. Okay, so it's before the effects loop, so it's running into our preamp. That's just the way we want it. Let's turn all of this off again. And let's go back to our presets. Now you can see this one. This is my metal preset. Now, currently my Laney is on the clean channel. Check out what happens if I hit my metal preset. It switched the channel. This is done by this button here, which is currently on. So you can probably hear it with the humming. This is switching my amp's channel. This is so awesome. And this is this cable right here, which is actually just a stereo auxiliary cable that I used. Okay, so so that is the sound of just the Laney's rhythm channel. Again, there's nothing on yet except for the effects loop on the HX effects. This is the must-have, because if I turn this off, I just get a weird sound because it's not sending anything into the effects loop, I think. So this needs to be on. And then everything that should be in front of your amp, so going into the input, is in front of the effects loop. As you can see, there's my distortion or my overdrive and my noise gate, okay, which is on. And then afterwards, another noise gate. And then comes the split. I'm kind of losing myself in this because it's so much fun. Again, just the Laney sound. Now let's put the overdrive on. Lovely. What I have here, as you can see, is tube echo is delay and a reverb on the same switch, and you can see them by just touching the button, and with one tap both are on. Beautiful. And then we also have a ringing out. Then let's see what the phaser does. Beautiful. And something that is really cool is this low and high cuts that I set up. It's really cool for, you know, like build up passages or intros. If you want to play them live, you can do this. Check this out. It's so good. It's so good. Why should I buy a Helix? An LT, I mean. Yeah. So much about the HX effects and its practical use with a real amplifier. I mean, it's beautiful. You have your tuner, your tap tempo, tuner, which looks really cool. Check this out. Now check it out when it's out of tune. I mean, these are details, but I love it. It's so cool. Yeah, just like on the other Helix devices, you have your mode switch. Well, except for the stomp. You have your mode switch, which lets you exit, choose your presets. Otherwise, there's nothing much to mention because it's so simple and easy to use this. Just in case you're wondering, how do you set this knob up? You go to your settings, your command center, you choose this knob, and then you tell it to do external amp. And then you choose exactly what, so the tip or the ring if you have a stereo cable. Home button brings you home. If you're lost, that's it. Oh, by the way, such a cool feature. I mean, I discovered this just by accident. Let's say you have these two and you want to switch the position. Check this out. Hold both. And he asks, swap foot switches 3 and 5, sorry. You hit OK. And he does that. I mean, how cool is this? That's amazing. If you should have further more questions about the HX effects, feel free to comment them below or use Google, but feel free to comment below. That's it already for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the HX effects. Maybe it helped you choosing what you need. I am personally still not quite sure. However, I'm probably going to have to buy an LT eventually. And with that, if you're not subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like, share and comment under the video what you think. Take care and I'll see you next time.